So the film starts with a war. The Romans had attacked Africa at that time, and this war had been going on for many days. The strange thing was that the general who was leading the African army was a Roman man named Lucius. Lucius' wife was also supporting him in the war, but unfortunately she was killed in the attacks of the Romans. The Romans were as strong as Sahel and they were overpowering Africa even before, but Lucius and his wife's world stopped them. But after his wife's birthday, Lucius was heartbroken. He loved his wife immensely. As soon as he died, Lucius also left slavery, and thus the Romans won and they lost. The Romans captured Africa, and Lucius took the African soldiers captive to Rome, where at this time 2 young soldiers, Geta and Cacla, were ruling in Rome. Earlier, Batimes was very kind-hearted, but since the rule of these 2 brothers came here, the whole family was troubled because they were very cruel. Even Cacla's mental condition was not good. Anyway, this war was won under the leadership of General Marx, with which Geta actually celebrated a program for the entertainment of herself and her people, in which they were now going to face their enemies, which included very heavy and dangerous monkeys, in which a lot of land was taken to this battlefield. On coming here, Lucius got a flashback of childhood. He felt as if he recognized this place. She used to live here. He remembered that in his childhood when he was small, his mother had sent him with some soldiers from this field. It clearly means that there is no deeper place than this place of Lucius. On seeing the present, it becomes clear that the war started from here. The defeated monkeys were released on the enemy soldiers. Those bloodthirsty monkeys attacked in a single moment and killed many soldiers. Their style of killing was such that the soldiers were not even able to save them. Lucius and one of his friends were first watching this scene from a distance and then moving forward with their intelligence and bravery, fought those monkeys, attacking them. The Islamic State finally killed them. Here we notice that Rome's ex-general Macon was watching very carefully, and only after the end of this game program he calls Lucius to him. And laughingly he says to him, "I saw him and I want you to become a gladiator for my girls, and I will take the support of a very good luxurious life. Otherwise you would have known what was done with the gods here." And then the condition of the general man was not bad. But Lucius started laughing to report this proposal. The general questioned him. Then Lucius said that I have not come here for any other purpose. Then for the death of your general Marcus, I want his head because he has killed my wife. This report itself, the general told him that the British work is in my hands. I will get the cut head of Star Marcus, but in return you will listen to me. Scene cut. Now we are shown General Marcus with his wife Lucilla, who is from Rome. Shah Jahan. This Rome was earlier of his father-in-law. And after his death, all of Rome was destroyed when Lucilla's husband died in a war, and now Lucilla was married to General Marcus. Yes, General Marcus was talking to Lucilla that now he has been accused by the government that he is against Geta and Caruso. So he has planned a rebellion, and after a few days he himself is going to organize a big war against Geta and Caruso. Many scene cuts show us that Lucius Kamali, a gladiator, a professional fighter, was called for the fight, and this fighter was also kept only for the entertainment of Murano, the apartment here. This time the gladiator who came in the slave group was a champion since time immemorial and had never been defeated till date. This is the reason why he was coming at Lucius in heavy numbers too. But Lucius did not lose courage. First he fought for his defense and made the final fight. Sensing the dead body of the gladiator in front of him, he killed him by making a stab with his own knife while controlling his hands. This was the time when all the gladiators were dead. Lucius had killed the most experienced gladiator till date. This time too, impressed by Lucius, his statue was made. In response to the glory of Geta, Lucius told him a poem here. This poem was told to him by his mother in his childhood, and it was in the Roman language. On seeing this poem, everyone was surprised, and foreign General Marcus also took Lucius from here. After going to jail, he asked Lucius where he was born, because now after listening to this poem he came to know that this son of Lucilla was born nowhere else but at 100 Martapa Street of Manus. Even Lucius did not tell this clearly. Scene cut. Now we are shown General Marcus, who were preparing for their rebellion. At this time the senators here, many spies of the government and special people, are also ready to support General Marcus because they are fed up with the atrocities of the emperor here, King Geta. General Marcus tells all of them that he has formed his special army in which there are about 5,000 men, and through this army he will attack this palace. Now the next day comes and we see that Geta had arranged a fight with another gladiator. He too was a gladiator, this time for Lucius and his men. A rhinosaur, and it was being controlled by a Roman soldier. If anyone managed to escape from the hands of the rhinosaur, then this soldier would kill that person by whipping him. This fight was so dangerous that it was impossible for any prisoner to escape from this field. The fight begins, and before that many of his fellow prisoners are brought to fight with these dinosaurs, whom the rhinosaur had killed with just one hit of its own. And now finally it was the turn of Lucius. Lucius was intelligent and he saves his life by moving aside from the first attack of the rhinosaur. And the second time when the rhinosaur came close to Lucius to attack, he picked up a piece of mud with his teeth and blew it in the air in such a way that the rhinosaur could not see him. As soon as he did this, he turned towards the wall, and as soon as the rhinosaur saw him and tried to attack him, Lucius moved away from there and the horn of the rhinosaur got stuck in the wall. Now since he had been saved from the rhinosaur, the soldier sitting on the rhinosaur came down to fight with Lucius, and this gladiator was much more powerful and experienced than the first gladiator. Lucius was also unable to understand his moves. Lucius tries his best to save himself, but during this time he was unable to attack the gladiator in front of him. Before Lucius could make any move, the opposite gladiator attacked Lucius and knocked him down. The fight was over here. That gladiator was about to kill Lucius, but then Geta stopped the fight by making a gesture because he wanted to give Lucius one more chance. He liked Lucius' talent. While giving a chance to Lucius, Geta had recited the same poem, which Lucius had said for her after winning the previous game. On hearing this poem from Geta's mouth, Lucilla remembered many old things. This poem seemed familiar to her, but she could not remember where she had heard it or where she had read it. Even after going into the room, she remained in this dilemma, and finally she remembered that when after her husband's death she was sending Lucius, that is, her son, from here with the other soldiers, then she had said this poem to her son. On seeing this, Lucilla understood that Lucius was none other than her real son. Here in the flashback we are shown why Lucilla had sent Lucius so far away from her. When Lucius died in a war, at that time Lucius was very young, and according to the law Lucius was going to be the next king, but due to his young age anyone could kill him and take over the throne. To save her son's life, Lucilla took a big decision and sent her son very far away from here. Lucilla could not see this throne or this kingdom with anyone else any longer. She decided that she will go tonight and tell the whole truth to Lucius. On reaching the jail, Lucius first apologized to him because he had distanced his son from himself, and this was the reason that he had not been able to recognize his son till now. After that, Razila told him that I did not want to distance you from me, but at that time it had become my compulsion. After your father's death many people had become your enemies, and to save you from all those people I sent you so far away. You are my only son, the real heir and the real ruler of this place. Lucilla wanted to say a lot more. But Lucius was angry. God knows what was going on in his mind, what was bothering him. That's why he scolded Lucilla and sent her away from there. Now the scene cuts and we are shown the next day where Lucius had to fight in another battle. This battle was more dangerous than before. This battle was to be fought on a ship, which was in such waters where hungry sharks were let loose. If Lucius lost, he would be thrown into the water, and if while fighting he lost his balance and fell into the water, the sharks would eat him. Despite this, he still fights bravely. And after killing the gladiator in front of him, he picks up the arrow again and throws it towards General Marcus. He did this attack because General Marcus had killed his wife and he had come here only to kill General Marcus. Here Lucius missed his aim and the arrow hit Geta's chair and died, but no one was killed. But General Marcus got up from there due to his security. When he went to his room, we saw that he was still busy preparing for the battle. Then Lucilla came to them and gave the biggest news to General Marcus that his son I.e. Lucius has returned, who is the rightful heir to this throne of this place. This thing shocked General Marcus a lot because he himself was dreaming of ruling here. Well, it was seen that a mate also secretly heard their conversation, and he went and told this to Journal McCung, who is the old journal here and who had also offered Lucius to become his gladiator in the beginning. Now this journal and spy who got the news that Lucius I.e. Lucilla's son has returned, they go and give this news to the king here I.e. Geta and Kagala. That means they had deceived General Marcus and told everything to the king, that firstly General Marcus is going to rebel and fight with you for this throne, and the second news they gave was that Nasila's son has returned, who will now snatch this throne from them. On hearing this, both of them got angry and Geta immediately got Lucilla and General Marcus arrested i.e. imprisoned them. After the scene cuts, we see Lucius in the prison with a soldier sitting next to him. This soldier was telling him old stories of this place. Stories of the old gladiators and rulers of this place, among whom his father's name was also Maximus Lucius. Try to know more about his father through this man, and this man, while telling him about his father, takes him to a place where his D's armor had kept his swords. seeing which Lucius remembered many flashbacks of his childhood and he was convinced that Lucilla was not lying. He himself is the son of Maximus and Lucilla. However, the next day it is shown that Emperor Geta is organizing another war again. The same war, the same fighting program which he organizes every day for entertainment, and this time he has called his new prisoner to fight, who is none other than General Marcus. General Marcus was a very old gladiator, a very old fighter in front of whom it was impossible for anyone to stand. All the gladiators sent in front of him, General Marcus easily fights them and succeeds in defeating them, after which Lucius is called here, that too on the request of Geta. At this time a fight was going on between General Marcus and Lucius. Lucius's intention was to take revenge for his wife by killing General Marcus, but while fighting here, General Marcus himself dropped his sword and surrendered himself in front of Lucius, saying that Lucius, I know you are the next true ruler. Here, seeing him sitting down like this, Ta got up from a distance and ordered Lucius to kill General Marcus, but Lucius did not think it right to kill General Marcus at that time because the person in front of him was not fighting at that time. Rather, he was sitting down having thrown the sword. When Geta saw that Lucius did not listen to him and did not kill General Marcus, he ordered his soldiers to kill General Marcus, and all the soldiers shot arrows at him and killed him. Seeing this, Lucius got a very big shock. He was sad about the death of General Marcus, but he used this death as a political exercise for himself and shouted to all the people, see what this king has got done. He got the greatest general of this place killed who kept fighting for you and your king for years. If the value of life of such a great person is nothing here, then see what the value of your life is for this king. One day he will make you all agree to this too. On hearing this, the people here also got angry and they too turned against their king. Geta, this campaign grew so much in no time that people came out on the roads even at night to sit on Larna and to remove Geta from power. During this time when riots and disturbances were happening in the whole city, General Maclean caused another disturbance inside and went to the king's fort, who was the brother of Geta. He told him that Geta will never let you become the king. He always wants to have his own rule over the whole of Rome and will maintain his own rule. You people see. Orchid, who was a little weak mentally, got convinced by the words of General Macnes, and in a fit of rage he attacked Geta. Not only that, he killed him by severing Geta's head from the body with his sword, and unaware of all this, Lucilla had come to the jail at this time to meet Lucius. She had a ring of his diet in her hand, the king's ring, which was to be given to the real throne holder here. She gives this ring to Lucius and says that now you are its owner. Seeing this, Lucius does not say anything and silently takes the thumb impression. There was a strange regret in Strain's eyes. He held his hand and looked at his mother, Lucilla, and said to her, I am sorry, mother, I could not save General Marcus. But now I will save you. I do not want to lose you. Saying this, he immediately hugged his mother Lucilla, and all the resentment between both of them ended. Well, now the next day is shown that the king was announcing his rule in Karkila. And he was telling everyone that Geta is dead, and now I myself, Karkila, am the new king here. Before everyone could react on his decision, General Macnes reaches here with Geta's head and tells everyone that his brother Geta has been murdered by Karkila, and as a punishment for killing the king, Karkila is framed here and sent to jail. All this was due to Macnes's influence, but Karkila did not understand it because he was not right. And after removing both of them from the way, General Macon declared himself as the king here, and his rule came here. From behind, Lucius started playing his web. Lucius gave his ring, which his mother had given him, to a soldier and told him about a special place and told that at this place you will meet General Doris. Give him this ring and tell him that the Emperor of Rome Lucius has asked for your help. On hearing this, the soldier came to know that Lucius was none other than the son of Lucia. He also obeyed the orders of Lucius and went to get help from General Doris. Here General Macri, intoxicated with power, called Lucius for a new gladiator game because Lucius had refused to let General Macri become a gladiator. That is why General Macri now intended to take revenge by killing many people in front of him. When this message reached Lucius, Lucius became mad with anger, but he did not react much. He had already taken the keys of the prison from the soldier. As soon as he got the chance, he broke out of the prison and attacked the soldiers there. He escaped from here after getting free, because he had to go and meet the army of General Doris and come back and attack General Macri, that is, Rome, to take back his rule and his rights. This did not take much time, and this news also reached General Macnes that General Doris was coming with her entire army to attack Rome. Seeing this, he too had to break the program that he had set and get ready for the war. After some time, we were shown an environment of a war where there were two armies facing each other, one Roman army, which General Meknes was eliminating, and the other army was being eliminated by Lucius and General Doris. Although the army of Lucius and General Doris was less, but their bravery and daring was very high, these armies started fighting among themselves. Now here where two armies were fighting, General Mekr and Lucius also came face to face, and Lucius told them that I am fighting to save Rome from people like you. As soon as he said this, a fight started between them. Their fight was very fierce. Sometimes Lucius and sometimes General Mekr were overpowering each other. While doing sword fighting, these people got into the water but did not stop their fight. While fighting, a point came when finally General Mekr overpowered Lucius. And attacking Lucius, he threw him underwater. Lucius was about to accept defeat, but then he heard the voice of his wax, which was killed by Macron on the other side, and Macon on the other side through his men. He gathered courage and stood up, and this time he attacked Macon and killed him. As soon as he killed him, he was victorious. As soon as he won, he told all his people that it was the dream of my dad Maximus, that this Rome should become such a country where there is peace for everyone, but unfortunately no ruler let his dream come true, but I will turn his dream into reality. As soon as he says this, everyone claps for him and shows that they have accepted Lucius as their ruler, their king. In the end, he gets the rightful owner, and showing just this the story here.